Hi, I'm Matt, and in this episode we've got the Maiden of the S800 Sky Shadow. Now, unfortunately, I'm not very used to that Turnigy camera, and I didn't actually get any onboard footage, so we've only got the hat cam on top. Now, a big tip for you, for those of you which are going to be flying this model line of sight. You definitely want to put some markings on this model because it's black both sides, which makes it very, very difficult to work out the orientation in the sky. I didn't actually run into that issue, but I do note that issue when we're on a Maiden, when I spin it round, and I counted as it went round, so I knew where I was coming back out again. But if you have not, if you're not as experienced, should I say, definitely get some white packaging tape or something similar and put some markings on this model because the model is black. And it is very difficult to work out which way round this model is. I'll cover the setup in a different episode, but I can tell you this one, I'm recording this the day after the Maiden, and I flew this one into a tree on our FPV Maiden. On a second flight was the only flight which I didn't hit anything, and then me and Dead Man's Arm, as you'll find out in a later episode, or you may have already been and seen it, is that I flew into Dead Man's Arm not once, but twice. And to be frankly honest, I was due a little impact over there because I've been dicing with death in that tree for weeks. So really, really robust model. Like it a lot. It flies brilliantly inverted. And with all that said, do take that tip. Do put some packaging tape on the wings if you are going to be flying this model line of sight, because it can be tricky to work out which way round you are. So with that said, let's get our butts across to the flight line and go and do her Maiden. Brilliant! It's Matt. I'm here on the flight line with the Reptile S800 and I'm just getting her set up. The little lid won't go down very well, so I've got some tape out and we're going to go and get her taped up. We're going to do a line of sight Maiden and then and only then will we do the FPV Maiden. So I do need to check the CFG and make sure she is nose heavy. And if that goes well, then, well, if it doesn't go well, I'll put some more lead on the nose. And if it does go alright, then we'll give her a chuck. So let's go and do this. So you're up there on me hat now, so don't go falling off. I just need to sort myself out a bit of tape. And it only needs just a little bit. By the way, probably the two essentials for the flight line. So let's get her powered on. Brilliant. We'll get the lid down. I'm just going to put a bit of tape on that. To be honest, she needs some stronger magnets. So right, left, up, down. Right, left. That crease joint isn't particularly good on that. See on that left hand side? It's not coming up as far, so in fact I might just stick a right, there we go. So those elevons have got a slight little kick up on them. We'll check the motor. Plenty of power. Let's turn on the camera. I think that's recording. Quick audio check. Brilliant. Let's go and give her a lob. Alright. That's plenty of thrust. You ready for this? Trying to take it steady. Needs a bit of up trim in her. Yeah, definitely needs a bit of up trim. Take that back, needs lots of up trim. And you'll notice how I'm just doing circuits. Rather boring, I know. You can only just see the model. Still needs some up trim in it. Oh, rolls lovely.
See if I can get the fly straight now. There's a load of up trim in it now. Maybe a bit too much lead. Shouldn't really do that when you've got no markings on the bottom of it. Flying inverted, okay. Not much down inverted, it's lovely. It's flying absolutely wonderfully inverted. Alright, maybe I have got the weight right then. I am just putting a bit of down in her. Alright, let's bring her in for a landing. We'll chuck the FPV headset on and see what we do. And then because it's not, because it's an unknown model, see how I'm setting up the approach from miles away? Glides pretty well. That's all glide. Landed! There you go, that is what I call a uneventful maiden. Absolutely brilliant. Needed quite a bit of a, well, I put some up trim in it to begin with, but she needed way more. But then, inverted, I was only using a tiny, I honestly mean a tiny bit of down, and you saw how long, you'll see it on the footage on there, how much I kept her up inverted, because it did fly absolutely beautifully. So there we go, that is the Reptile S800 Sky Shadow. Absolutely brilliant. Time for her FPV Maiden. Happy days. Brilliant.
So there we go, there's her Maiden. Apologies, I didn't actually hit record on the camera on the front, so we only got the RunCam on top of my hat, which is a brilliant camera, but focusing on stuff in the distance is rather awkward. So apologies for that. On the flip side, let's focus on the model. Absolutely brilliant in the sky. Now, if you are subscribed to my channel, you will find a whole new raft of video episodes about this model. I can tell you her first day in the air was quite eventful. So go and have a look on the channel and you'll see lots more flight footage of this one. You'll see her FPV Maiden. You will see a fantastic flight of me just darting in and around trees. You will see also see two other flights where I have unscheduled landings in a tree, and I've got, oh, it's not here on my desk, I've got a trophy from the day as well. So yeah, all in all, I did need lots of up trim in the back. I did put some extra weight in the nose, which I strongly suggest that you always do. It is much easier to fly a model which is nose heavy because you can very easily trim it out compared to a model which is tail heavy and it would be all over the sky. So if on a Maiden, if you are ever in any doubt at all, stick extra lead in the nose so that it becomes nose heavy, and that's why I had a fantastic Maiden, and I sincerely hope that your Maiden goes just as well as mine. If you have any questions about this model at all, please just ask in the comments section underneath this video. Remember, I bought this model out of my own money for my own abuses, and I can tell you point blank, I absolutely abused this model, and I've had to put a lot of glue on it, and you might tell by the state of it underneath here. She has taken an absolute beating, and she will be flight worthy again for today too. So from myself, Matt, and the Sky Shadow, thank you ever so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, go and hit the subscribe button, and you can always do me a little favor and hit the thumbs up button underneath this video. And on that note, for myself, Matt, cheerios!